What's going on, party people? Listen, my name is Miguel Holder. I'm the owner of Event Rentals Empire, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to start an event rental business. It doesn't matter. We're going to be touching base on everything in the event rentals industry, whether you're trying to start a tent business, a bouncy castle business. We're going to be giving you all the information that you need in order to start this business and get success. Now, I'm not gonna waste any time because we got a lot of material to go through. So what I'm suggesting for you to do is listen, go grab some coffee, go grab some tea, go grab an energy drink, whatever you need to grab some pens and get your Google Doc open, take some notes because we're gonna go right in. So I want to welcome you guys to the world of event rentals. Man, this is the place where tables, chairs, tents, and even bouncy castles get their shine. This is where they shine. This is where the money is made. This is where that dough is made. Whether you're here, listen, I don't know why you're here, but if you're here because you love parties, or you want some serious cash, or you just want to you just want to do this thing for fun, it doesn't even matter. Right now, you've made the right choice, and we're gonna get right into this business because I'm telling you, the event rental business, multi castle business, it's an awesome business, and you're gonna have so much fun. It's exciting. Now, first things first, the event rental business is huge. I mean, massive. People are always throwing parties, they're always hosting weddings, organizing events, celebrating all types of random stuff. And guess what? All these events need tables, chairs, tents, bouncy castles, you name it. And that's where you and me come in. And guess what? This industry is evergreen. That means it's always going to be around. It's never going to go away. It's not a trend. It's not a fad like some of the businesses that you see online. It's always going to be in style because people are always having events. Now, first things first, basically, the beauty of this business is you don't have to throw the parties, right? And if you want to throw parties, you can, but you don't have to. What we do is we supply the magic and we don't supply the mess. So we supply the magic, not the mess. If you want to have your hair covered in confetti and do all of that stuff, you can do that. But I tell people supply the magic, not the mess. Let's get this money and let's get straight to the point. And here's one of the things I want to let you guys know about this industry that is really important. This industry is worth billions. It's a $1 billion industry. Yup, billions, right? So there's a lot of money to make, especially if you can grow and scale the business. You can easily make, hundreds of thousands, if not millions and millions of dollars. People are always going to be celebrating stuff, even if it's, on a Monday, a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, a Friday, Saturday, every day. You're always celebrating stuff. So this is the where you need to get into. So let's continue. So this is our first module, setting business goals. So before, you set anything, before you just try to run off and start this business and do all this crazy stuff, I don't want you to rush into it and go and say, well, you know what, I can make all this money, and you're going to go and buy 50 tents, or, uh 50 bouncy castles. We got to talk goals. It's really important that you get your goals addressed early on. And goals can be boring, I know, but trust me, the way that you're going to build this business, and the key to building this business so that it lasts longer, is you're going to have to start your goals so that you can grow and scale. Now let's play the goal setting game, right? Like let's make this into a game, okay, guys? You have your pen, you can make this into a game. So my first question is, um, sorry, the main point is goals are the key to building the business, right? What do you want to do? What's your vision for the business? Is it small and local, or is it big scale operations? Do you want to go huge? You know, the goals are going to guide your business and direction decisions and how you set it up. If you don't have any goals in your business, trust me, you're going to go astray as you start to get deep in the business, and you're just going to start doing all types of stuff, and you're going to make huge mistakes, and you're going to waste a lot of time, you're going to waste a lot of money, right? So figure that out, right? Do you want to do like Like there's so much in this industry that you can do. You can do celebrity weddings. Like if you wanted to do, I don't know, Taylor Swift's wedding or Beyonce's, next baby shower or I don't know what you want to do, but that's how big this industry gets. If you make that decision to get in certain areas, you can get in those areas and really connect with really huge people. So what are your short-term goals and what are your long-term goals? You know, my main point for this is, what are don't always think about the appetizer, and sometimes you don't even think about the five-course meal. You got to think about both and which one do you want at which time, right? Because short-term goals are like appetizers. They're little wins, they're little pieces of money, they're little bits that you're gonna chew on. And maybe it's getting your first rental gig, building your inventory, or finally figuring out, how to uh, fold out a tent without turning it into like a crazy disaster. Right? Like you gotta figure these short-term goals out, right? Because these short term goals are going to help and guide you. Now your long-term goals, they're like the five-course meal, like expanding your business, owning a warehouse, having having a warehouse full of rentals or becoming the go-to name in the industry. You got to look at your short-term and long-term goals, right? So if you're trying to learn the small things and then you learn the little things, and when you write these things down, it's going to help you so much. And trust me, like when you're putting out tents, it's gonna take time for you to learn. And when you're rolling up like certain bouncy castles, like say for example a water slide, it's gonna definitely take time to figure out. You're not gonna figure it out on your first time. So you're gonna wanna make it a goal to like, hey, I wanna set this goal to get this thing done in like, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. It all depends what you're setting up. You wanna set short-term goals and long-term goals. Now let's talk niches. The riches are in the niches, as some people. You don't want to be just another rental business. I don't want to be another rental business, just the regular cliche. I want to be something special, and you want to be something special too. So, what are you aiming for? Well, you got to aim and shoot for the stars if that's what you're gonna go for. Let's make it as big as it possibly can. Do you want to go from here, or do you want to go start in a niche and then take that niche all the way, to the moon? Do you want to specialize in weddings? Do you want to specialize in kids parties? Do you want to do corporate events, or maybe just inflatable castles for kids? Like what exactly do you want to do? The more specific you are, the easier it's going to be to target the audience you're trying to target. And trust me, that's how you're going to start printing money. When you focus on your niche in the beginning, that's how you're going to make money. Like when I first started, I'll tell you straight up, I started in um, bouncy castle rentals and children's party entertainment. So I was in that sector of the event rentals industry. That's where I started. And I was making lots of money when I stuck to my niche. I only expanded later on as I grew my business. So there's a lot of partying and niching down, right? Like I said before, there's so much options to choose from. Specify your target audience based on whatever it is. That's how you're gonna make a lot of the money, and you're gonna know who's spending what based on what industry, because people in weddings spend a certain amount of money, right? People that do kids parties spend a certain amount of money. Corporate events, they spend a certain amount of money. And other unique events, every event style spends a certain amount of money. I'm not saying that you should focus on one of them, but when you do first start out, you're gonna want to focus on one of them so that you can build your branding around that, and then obviously you can expand from there. Now I'll give you a couple of niches, because different niches have different vibes. There's the fancy wedding setups, and there's backyard bouncy castles. Those are like I would say, and those are the two most contrasting ones, because obviously weddings and bouncy castles don't mix unless you have a wedding bouncer, which is like the all white ones, which I have one of those. So yeah, some people rent it out for wedding shoots and stuff like that, but it's few and far between, right? So if you're picking weddings in the event rentals, you're going to want a certain amount of items. And then if you're doing, bouncy castles, backyard bouncy castles are like school, working with schools and other events for bouncy castles, even fun fairs or festivals, then you're going to want to, buy certain things, right? so that you can cater to them mostly and make the most money when they call you. Now, this industry is obviously booming and there's a place for you. I just want to let you know that, right? This industry has so much money. There's an opportunity for you to enter. It's not like a lot of other businesses. A lot of other businesses nowadays, they're so saturated, I find. There's too much people in the industry and you can't make any money, and then, you're just wasting your time and your energy. But this is a business that there's always going to be room for you. I don't care where you are, in what part of the world you are, there's always going to be room for you in the event rentals industry. Now pick a niche that excites you, that suits your strengths. Obviously, if certain, for certain events, if you don't have a lot of help, you're probably going to want to pick a certain one. Like for example, if you're doing bouncy castles, you're going to probably want to be a little bit stronger before you do that. If you don't have backative to do it, and you're not a strong person, it might be a little bit too hard for you. So you might want to do something a little bit easier, or even stick to smaller bouncy castles. Now, to summarize, the event rental industry is booming. But before you start throwing your money into all of this stuff, like I said before, you gotta know your goals, whether you're aiming for small town, charm, or you're trying to dominate the world, or dominate your city, or dominate your state or your province, whatever you're trying to do. Because there's a lot of people in the industry that are doing massive things, especially like I know there's certain people in the industry where they have multiple locations, statewide, even province wide, depends, where you're living and what country you're living in. But there's companies that are that big in this industry. So you can get into. So what I want you to do is have fun, pick your pick your niche, and then we're gonna get right back because we're moving on to the next module. All right. Thanks you guys for listening in.